Hey friends, I'm just chilling at home. Worked quite a bit this past week. Was a compact week in which I knew because of the holiday on Monday, we had to hit the ground running coming Tuesday. Anyways, went for a walk this morning with my dogs. This is my office room. Just don't wanna. This is also where my son lives. Anyways, God bless my son. I love him. It's like I'm raising myself all over again. Great question here. One of you left me a comment 14 minutes ago. Have you ever encountered a customer? Oh wait, not this one. What's the furthest trip you ever did? Colorado. Colorado trip, Boulder, Colorado, was a deal I made with a client to drive his kid's car to where she's attending college. They couldn't put the car on a transporter because they were adding a bunch of her stuff and that would mess up the weight scales, whatever, for the transport. So they asked me to do that one. That's the longest I've gone for profit. Charged them $85 an hour, 22 hours, I think. They paid for hotels and meals and a fat tip. The farthest with a passenger, I think it was Oregon. People that comes from that family, the Hearst family. I never signed any NDAs with them, but this happened 5 years ago. The granddaughter, very nice girl, forgot her name, hired an SUV out of the Four Seasons. I knew a good contact inside the Four Seasons San Francisco. They reached out and said, can you drive this special VIP family to Oregon? Right at the border with California. And I'm like, sure. Is it at the border? I don't even remember. Is that far? I don't know if that's farther than LA, but I've been to LA many times with a passenger. Oregon, Oregon, California. What the hell am I saying? Oregon, U.S. state. I don't know if it. Oh shit! It doesn't border. Does it? Yeah, it borders California. I remember going through writing and all that. And she was the cutest thing ever, man. Very polite. Didn't want to fly there because all the layovers, the delays and stuff. And I think she was just homesick there. I drove into one of their family ranches there. That answers that first question. Have you ever encountered a customer who failed to pay? Yeah. Back when I started, I did a lot of Ubers and Lyfts, and people were constantly looking for a professional driver with a nice car, but didn't understand this pricing structure of the car service, right? Because you gotta pay for the time you leave your garage, the time you wait, the time you come back. People don't get that because they're used to Uber and taxis. They're right there. They're 2 blocks from your house, so that's why Uber gives the ride for cheaper, because they have cars everywhere. That's their model. Our model is like, okay, you want to hire me? I'm more expensive than Uber because I have to come from somewhere. I don't park in front of your house the whole day and wait for you to call, right? That's what Uber does. In one instance, the client was a very heavy alcoholic. She owned a business in the city and she was constantly bar hopping. She would call me out of the blue or last minute. I couldn't make it. I would call one of my friends. My friends showed up there. And then when I told her the price, like $70 for a short, back in the days, right? This was like 10 years ago. And she would just hop in a cab and just ignore us completely. And then I still had to pay one of my friends. So I got double stiffed. I had to pay for my friend's time and not collect from the client, because I would send her invoices and stuff, or she would pay the driver directly. What did I do about that? I just stopped answering her phone calls. I'm like, I can't drive you anymore. It's too much hassle. I don't need that. There's a reason why cabs and Ubers are cheaper than car services, because we work differently. I've been both. I've done taxi driving, I've done Uber, Lyft, and now I do limo service, car service. I don't like to call it limo service. I like the name car service better, or executive car service. Have you ever encountered a customer failed to pay? Yeah. So that was one instance. And another account, another limo company didn't pay me. I was letting them run their bill up high, up to $3,000 for over a period of a month. And I knew this guy. I knew he was sick. He had health issues. And he hired me to drive a bunch of his clients throughout a month, particular month that we did business last time. And then he offered to sell me his business, but I didn't want to buy it because he had a way to the business that I didn't agree with. And, in this business, it shows a lot of your personality in how you deal with your customers, who your customers are. Obviously, I let go of that drunk lady because I don't want to build a clientele like that, or people that are just too disrespectful or always late. I always let those clients go. I don't, or if they keep bargaining for discounts, I also don't have energy for that. I flat out tell them. Before, I would suffer for a year or two, like, okay, it's business. I don't know what else I'm gonna do if I lose this account. Now I just flat out tell them, you know what, I don't think I'm a good fit for you. Go ahead and look for another company, because bargaining for $10 here and there all the time, it's not gonna cut it. It's my price, it's my car. I know how much it costs for everything, and it's my time. So this guy ran his bill up to $3,000, got out of the business, sold his business, never answered my phone calls. I got lucky that I got him to drive some of my clients so we could barter. Like, I call it the Bitcoin of limousines. You have your clientele and you do somebody else's clientele, and then instead of paying each other, you kind of service their clients, and then you cross it out. Whatever this guy owes you, you kind of pay them with jobs, and they pay you back with jobs. I did that with 2 or 3 affiliates in my area. But this guy just disappeared, never paid me. I met the guy who bought his company, and the story was that he told the new buyer not to give me any jobs because I was a dangerous guy. I would steal the clients. I'm like, I don't steal nobody's clients. Have I thought about it? Hell yeah. But actually thinking about something and doing it, I know the consequences of that. I don't want to steal people's clients willingly. People have asked for my business cards, and I ask them what's happening. If they give me a good explanation of what, I sometimes take their business, or I'll tell the other company, like, you're about to lose this guy, or some friends of mine. If that happens with their account, I'll tell them, this guy's asking me for my business cards, you're doing something wrong. Or if they're just cheap, if they're looking for a better deal, I just tell them flat out no. Mind you, those clients that come like that, they don't stick around. They always find a cheaper driver. Anyways, what do you think of Uber and Lyft Black? Are you slow these days in the Bay Area? Yeah, definitely. There are times you can hit the road and you're gonna make more money doing Uber and Lyft than others. Rush hour is one. When people don't find any Uber X, any cheap Uber, they will switch to Black. Those clients are not very pleasant to drive because obviously they're paying more, and you're only connecting with them because they didn't find any cheaper option. There are those times, especially in San Francisco, outside the Opera House or Four Seasons, all those 5 stars hotel, restaurants and stuff, you do still ride people that appreciate the Uber Black experience. but it's definitely not as busy. You need a combination of Uber Black, Lyft Black, and far mounts from other smaller operators such as me or whatever you have a connection with. They're slow, but they're not dead. Okay, 10 minutes. I hope that helps. Shoot me more questions. Bye.